You know what I'm saying? Like if
How
it's like
else?
children, I'll be like, hey bros, it's puberty. Like you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
So the time now is 2026, 8:26 p.m. It's
It's
Monday,
9:26.
7th of July 2016, 9:26 in Serbia, and welcome to episode 7 of Enjoy the Silence.
Is it 7?
Probably 7.
Yes, most
Let's
likely is 7.
let's get cracking. What's going on? What's going on today?
So, yeah, bit of a different week for me. I'm outside, as you might have heard. First time in quite a few years. No, I'm actually recording live because I can't stand the indoors anymore. I'm all about that outdoor activity type stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Just the usual.
Do some
Uh,
alternative sports, some skateboarding,
no,
rock
no,
climbing.
no. There's actually a skateboarding crew here in in Yagodin, actually like 200 meters away from me, pretty
The
much.
skateboarding crew is hanging out there. That's kind of
Yeah,
close.
yeah, they probably are hanging out right this instant. Right now. They're probably
They
hanging
are they
out as we
blazing? Are
speak.
they listening to the
Ah,
Tony Hawk's soundtrack
no.
on repeat for the last 16 years?
No, but it's funny that we have, actual archetypal skaters in a small ass city like this.
Yeah, damn
You
right.
you usually wouldn't, but there's like 20 people that like skating and stuff. Uh, so I saw two kids actually that have been playing the new Pokemon game,
We're
Pokemon
on about
Go.
Pokemon Go, Pokemon. Yeah,
It's very characteristic because you see this usually a little bit on the chubbier side teen with headphones on,
mm,
earbuds in, and you see him like staring at his phone and like trying to dig something up, but
yeah.
it's asphalt, but he's like touching the asphalt or something,
We're
like the
talking young
pavement.
chubsters hitting
Yeah,
the streets,
yeah, and then they
trying to play
they
them games, trying to catch Pokemon.
Yeah, they rotate their phone around or something, and then they just move on. Usually they have a bike, but I've seen like two or three people just like 3 hours ago. Wasn't even that late. It was like 6 p.m. So that's kind of crazy.
That's pretty insane. I mean, it's taken off
The
in a
fact
big
that
way.
the fact that it's not even like out yet in not even the UK as of today, let alone Serbia, like, and it's still this popular in a small as city like this. That is
I
that
mean,
is
is it even a city? I would.
Yeah, it's not even a city
It's
yet.
more
People
shitty
are
than a city.
kind of making me want to download it, but I know that I just like there's nothing to gain. I mean, exercise, okay,
You'll go outside, which will make you feel more alive
sure, but unless you
than
have like this
sitting
really
indoors.
yeah, but like unless you have this crazy friend who's really crazy about this crazy new game that is Pokemon, there's no point. Like just to indulge him and hang around if that's the reason, to install that app, then sure.
So we're
But
talking social tools.
yeah,
We're talking
sure.
pastimes, hobbies to share with your
Sure,
friends,
but like as a game, like it has
with your
in-app
homies.
purchases. It has in-app purchases. It's like you don't advance unless you at some point give money, and yeah, the idea of it repulses me to no end. So
But
yeah.
buying PlayStations are okay.
No,
That's
buying
totally cool.
PlayStation is like that's physical stuff that you actually get to keep and resell if you see so fit. But
Buying
this
PlayStation Network video games, that's all right as
that
well.
is a waste of money and time. But hey, there's no other way to get your
Video games, I mean, that's that good shit which like grown men play.
grown ass
Are you
men.
with
It's
me?
Yeah, I mean it does more money than music and
In
movies combined.
Hollywood, yeah, then we're talking more money than Ryan Gosling, Chris Hemsworth, Robert Downey Jr.
Out of those three, I only know Robert Downey Jr. and the first one, Ryan Gosling.
The other dude is Thor.
Chris Hemsworth, I know that he has a brother, I
Yeah,
think,
well, I mean,
who's
they
also pretty
hashtag
famous.
blessed.
He also has a pretty big dong. Hashtag blessed.
Wake up feeling blesser. I mean, that's Hollywood for you, and they make more money than. I mean, who's big in the game right now? Drake and Rihanna and Calvin
They
Harris combined. Combined?
combined, yeah. They're pretty much the biggest thing this summer, and they have been the last 5 summers.
Damn,
Well,
man, damn.
yeah, they have.
Well, Drake less
So
so. Rihanna and Calvin Harris more so, I would say. But Drake is
no,
now up there. He's now in the same tier.
sort of, I guess. But he was pretty popular even before.
Did you
Just
hear he was number one in the Billboard album charts for 9 weeks running?
I've heard something
Mm.
about that. I don't
Knocked
know
off
where
the top spot by Blink 182.
they still exist.
Not even kidding. They new album dropped. The
Out
30
now.
somethings are going nuts for it.
Jesus
They're going
Christ.
crazy. They're going crazy.
Jesus.
It's mad. I mean, maybe might listen to it to myself to give me that nostalgia hit.
That boost, that positive energy boost. So, I got a few things that we can talk about now. One of the things that kind of stand out to me is, what would you say to your 15-year-old self given the knowledge that you have now today? Like, what would you say?
This is
So
getting into some pretty deep
no,
territory here.
but, okay, sure, but like it's just like, how would you make your life, happier, easier,
I would
that kind of
say
stuff. No lottery numbers though, like that's not what you can you can't
buy
tell.
Apple stocks now. No, I would
None of that. Just
invest in Pepe the Frog because that's gonna blow up
they'll
like
never
never seen
take
before.
off. They'll never take off.
Pepe the Frog, nah, never gonna take off. That's a dying meme.
That's a dying meme. Yeah, sorry.
Invest in Feel, Wojak.
I'm being serious here. Like, what would you tell yourself? You know.
Jesus Christ, man, that's heavy. I mean,
Hey man,
it's like
like,
saying what mistakes have you made in your life that you would
yes,
not make if you could do
that
them again?
is that is pretty much what I'm pining for. Yep.
I would say, stay positive, stay based, and
Don't do drugs.
don't give a fuck what people think of you, because
Yeah,
that's
don't
not
do
what it's
drugs.
about. It's about that
Feel like good feel.
it's
Hey,
about,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
that
what
good
was the name?
feeling, that
Good
good
feeling.
feeling.
Good
Meme
feeling.
life, thug life, sad boys for life. That kind of
Can I
unreal
go
type
deep
shit.
now since you're finished?
Can you go deep? Well, I
I can.
mean,
That's up
that
to
sounds
me.
kind of gay. But what kind of
um,
relationship is going on here between me and you? It's really, really kind of gay. Like, sometimes I think it's a little bit
spiritual.
spiritual is one way of putting it.
Yeah,
There you
like the
go.
new Jay-Z song out now.
Well, Jay-Z,
Actually, is
how old
out
is
now.
he? Is he
It's like
55?
50. No, 50. I think he's
Young
50.
Hove in the building. Yeah, Rockefeller
Not
Records. Woo.
not as young as he used to be, but yeah.
Mm.
So, what would I tell my 15-year-old self? I'd like to say nothing, but that would come off as very arrogant. Like, I've done everything.
It would also be a lie.
Yeah, it's always a lie. Like, unless you, well, it's always a lie. Everyone has something to tell their
Straight
former self.
lying on podcast. That's
Straight lying podcast. At least it's not the jerk off cast. Yeah.
Wankcast.
What? I think that was in the running at a certain point in time
Yeah,
before we
yeah,
before we knew what to name it. God
Wankcast.
damn, I can't believe I still enjoy the silence. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I would tell my former self pretty much what I'm sure that I'll be telling my current self in 5 years' time. Uh, don't be a cunt. Don't be an elitist prick who thinks he's better than most people. Don't think that just because you're good at a few things, you can disregard other people and the things that they're good at. You can't be
See,
like
that's gonna
young
come
Lee.
back and bite you in the arse. That
Exactly.
mentality. Yeah.
It always bites you in the
Dog.
ass. Like,
Yeah,
until
dog.
you stop with that mentality, it's always going to keep coming back and keep coming back. And at a certain point in time, it's going to haunt you. And when it starts haunting you to the point where you lose sleep over it, it's not something that you want to that you want to experience. Yeah, it's not something that
Getting
you
a little
want
insight into the life of Ciganin,
into
yeah.
the mind of singing.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure if I wanted that insight, to be honest. I feel a little
no,
bit
no,
depressed now.
it's the truth, and the truth has to make you feel depressed sometimes. You really need to respect other people in the sense that you can't just tell them, yeah, bro, I agree, I respect your opinion, I'm totally
No,
okay
I mean
with
you can
doing,
say, dude,
but
you're
low
a
key,
moron, and I think you're stupid.
and this
Here's
is
why.
why. Yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
also, you throw in a meme or two while you're doing, just you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You're almost as stupid as that one Pepe the Frog macro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know which one,
but
but
you have to do it within their frame of reference. I'm not sure which
which
frog image. But I mean, you can't really talk about images in the medium of a
in a
podcast.
yes,
It's
yes,
not
it does.
it's not a visual medium, so
Oh, not yet, not yet. We might break that boundary.
vodcast, yeah.
Vodka, video on demand cast.
It's a video podcast, a vodcast.
VOD stands for video on
I'm
demand.
aware, Sigadin. What do you take me for? A twat?
A retard. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just it's just positive vibes all around. Vibe good. Vibe with people. Don't be
Just like vibes, man. Like, go with the
don't be a
flow.
sociopath.
You
Yeah,
know, believe
sociopath.
in yourself. Just be yourself and be confident, and that's all it takes. A good smile and a handshake, firm handshake, is all it takes to become the next Bill Gates, Steve Woz, Mark Zuckerberg, Jay-Z,
Steve Wojak.
Steve.
Oh God. I think someone made that somewhere or referenced it. It's too good to pass up as a meme. But anyway, yeah. Don't be an elitist cunt that thinks he's better than everyone. And the worst thing is that when confronted about it, you take this defensive stance where you're like, no, no, I'm not. I'm just expressing my opinion. I respect other people's opinion. I think it's actually valid, but I just don't agree with it. Which,
Oh, this
translated,
sounds like you're talking about
a
someone,
certain
a
someone, yeah.
certain someone, a
No, but like
certain
I see
tree
myself.
man.
No, I see myself doing that sometimes too. You tell someone you agree, you understand, you personally don't vibe with that type of opinion, but you tell everyone that you agree, you accept that, but you actually think what a moron
Well,
that guy.
I get where you're coming from, because
I kill myself
basically
over
it's
that.
it's kind of like being a snake or a
Yeah, it is.
Jew or something,
Snake. I wouldn't say Jew, but
It's
snake.
a Jewish mentality, a Jewish snake-like mentality, which frankly I'm having none of. I'm all about being straightforward. Of course, there's a time and a place. You probably wouldn't tell your. I mean, you wouldn't say it in a job interview. Okay, that's fucking retarded. Here's why. You would be more tactful about it, and there maybe you would be more snake-like. I
Uh,
call it snake-like for lack of a better word. It's because you're sort of saying one thing, but thinking and feeling another. You're not being true. You're not being based, and that's why it's snake-like.
Yeah, obviously some people will defend that type of action by saying, "Well, that's just human nature. You can't say what you feel completely because,
There
fear of
are restrictions.
being
There's social
ostracized."
restrictions.
Yeah,
I mean, frankly,
exactly.
it'd be autistic to say exactly what you think every time. You know,
Sort of.
that's called being unaware of. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look at Kanye West.
I
Okay,
wanted to say that when you mentioned Jews because he has a line that says, "The Jews shared their truth on how to make a dime. Black and black lies is worse than black and black crime." That's not really related, but the fact that you say, Jews use underhanded,
I
tactics
have
and
nothing
have
against
snake-like
Jews. Just
mentality. No, no,
say what you
obviously,
want to say.
but you'll see that they don't really con and do that to other Jews. They have that sort
Hold
of
on,
restriction.
okay, maybe we should like
The
not.
the race cat, the racist cat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if
We don't have
anybody
anything.
actually listens to this, we might get reported to iTunes for racism. which
No,
I'm not
no.
really a fan of. So
I don't.
maybe
I
we
don't
should.
think they have rules regarding that.
Well, then you'll get like Tumblr social justice oriented or
That's
something. And
good.
just
That gives us hits. Negative press is good press.
well, I suppose
We
so.
mentioned Tumblr like a total of 5 times in the last 6 podcasts, Ewan. Like, I
We
think we're
want
good.
Tumblr's audience.
We
Okay.
want the Tumblr audience. Yes,
No, we
yes,
want
we do.
the well, whatever. Okay. I'm saying it's probably best not to get too racial, too edgy. Too
Well, this is the Edge episode of the Enjoy the Silence podcast. That's what
edgecast.
we do. Yeah, I mean, like we gotta get real sometimes.
So, what's your opinion on Kanye West? He thinks he's getting real just by saying what he thinks.
He
If you ask me, it's retarded. He's being an autist. No offense
as
to autistics, but just saying.
well, to be an artist, you have to be a little bit of an
As a
artist. No, I know what you said, but personally, I like the guy a lot, but I don't agree with everything he says. In fact, I don't agree with a good chunk of the stuff he says because, he can keep getting away with it because he's, famous and, sure, in his own right, he's famous. He's got that status. He's got like what, 30 million Twitter
yeah,
followers.
yeah, exactly. He's got
Like people retweet the most asinine of shit, like just a few
tier
days.
one celebrity status.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's no fucking, like childish Gambino. Like that's like tier 3 now.
Tier 4 or 5.
Like and he has an opinion on everything. Childish Gambino, but like no one cares because he hasn't been in the industry for like 20 years, and
And
too bad.
really, his music ultimately, like it or not, okay, Kanye makes good music, and this is a point which comes up time and time and again.
Yes.
Though I
Yes.
don't actually like Kanye West as a human being, so I kind of refuse to listen to any of his work. I listened to a lot of the Red album, but other than that, I just hate him,
The
and
Red
I don't
Album.
like to listen to him.
The Red Album makes it sound like a Weezer album. The Weezer Red Album was horrible except for 2 songs. In case you ever want to give it a listen. But
Well, maybe this is a point. I mean, I was thinking of doing the 5 minute review corner or album discussion corner where each of us nominates.
can Anthony Fantano sue us for this?
Anthony Fantano didn't invent music reviews, buddy. Okay.
I don't know. Just asking. Like he's the internet's busiest music nerd. Maybe he's too busy to sue other people.
He's very busy. Okay, he's
Who
very
knows?
busy reviewing music, reviewing memes, doing his own podcast, the Needle Drop podcast.
Oh, yeah, he started that off as a podcast, as a radio show, I think. Yeah, he did.
Have you listened to much of the Needle Drop podcast?
I've never listened to an episode, but I'm aware that it existed. It predated the video aspect of the.
Interesting.
Oh, that's how he got famous. That's how we should do it to get famous. Except I have no idea what we put in as the actual video.
Yeah.
Like we can record ourselves saying this, maybe, use a phone, but that's gonna take a crap load of time to render.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work, and
The
right
problem
now
is
I'm not
that
on
we're
that.
not.
Okay, when I
Yeah,
get back to uni, maybe I'll have some more time in September onwards. But until then, gonna keep the podcast
yeah.
rolling.
Then
Just
I
if
won't
anything,
have.
to keep up the rapport and to keep the bants flowing. You get me?
Tree. I mean, our friend from the other episode is giving me shit for me calling him out, and this is where the drama aspect of friendship comes to play. When you think you're being real and the other person thinks you're not,
Mm.
and then it's this passive aggressive tone that keeps shifting until one of you either gives up, which doesn't happen as often, but the other person, one of the two people, just don't have time anymore for that bullshit.
Damn right. Damn
And they
right.
just say, you know what, fuck it. I'm not even getting any laughs. I'm not getting any memes. I'm not getting any positive energy. Fuck, I'm not even getting any negative energy off of this. I'm just getting
Just
nothing.
killing time.
I look at the chat. I look at I look at this, the stuff that's happening, and I'm like, I don't feel anything. This doesn't make me feel anything.
I don't vibe with this shit.
Let's move on to something
Piss the
else.
fuck out. Right?
That's that thing. And I think it's funny that this person gets a lot of hate. Maybe it's undeserved hate, let's be honest, but it's just like like when you say stuff like physical appearance doesn't matter, like, are
Well,
you?
okay, bear in mind you're being very cryptic. If there was a listener, they'd be
Sorry.
like, "What the fuck are you talking about?
No, no, sure. It's not like there are listeners when
But
it
are you
when
going
it.
to give any context to the situation?
No, I think it's better if it's cryptic
It's
because then
shrouded
that's.
in mystery.
I mean, I can be direct, but basically
Mystery cast.
what this person says is that physical appearances don't matter. Going to the gym does not matter. Keeping,
So hold up, you want your buddy to start lifting.
I don't want my buddy to start doing
You say you're
anything,
telling your buddy, okay, why not lift, bro? Okay,
but
you've
I
got
am telling,
all this
yeah,
time on your hands. Because this buddy, what's he doing right now?
fucking nothing.
Well, there you go. So why not want to go to the gym? You know, put in some hours, get fitness, get that beach body going. Yeah, so you can pop that shirt off. You know,
It makes it, yeah, like you make it sound so. What's the word I'm looking?
shallow, superficial.
Yeah, shallow, shallow. Let's go with shallow. And like when a person who's like you said it yourself, you're in your early 20s, late teens. You know you're basically your hormone levels are at their all-time highest. Like they're never
Peaking,
gonna get,
peak
yeah, literally.
levels.
Literally, and it's not something you can change later on. It's just biology, you know.
Oh, I mean,
It's
you've
just
got the steroids, but you know.
yeah, sure. You got the steroids, you get the hormone injections, sure. But the natural high, the natural ability, even I'd go as far as to say is your
Mm.
natural ability as a human being, not just in a procreational, but in just like a normal,
Okay, your
like,
fucking power is at an all-time high, and so is your lifting power. Your fighting
any sort of
power,
mental
just your
power
strength,
as well. Yeah,
mm.
even mental power is
mental
at your
strength.
is at an all-time high. Yeah, sure, like you're not that 14, 15-year-old kid who, or even like 8-year-old kid who's going to go into a van just because it says free candy and stuff,
Hey,
you're not stupid. You're kind of figuring out how the world is supposed to work, and
mm.
you're doing a good job at it because that's what your body enables you to do. And the fact that you go as far, this person, this certain, I can't say idiot because we would get banned from the iTunes
a
podcast.
certain moron,
Yeah, sure, let's
a
say that.
certain cretin,
Is even
individual.
is even going as far as to say that physical appearance doesn't matter. While I'm sure he doesn't jerk off to like 2 out of 10 girls, like girls that are ugly or
Because
like
he's a masturbator, a serial masturbator.
serial jerk off. Yeah. Coming up next time on the Serial Podcast, the serial masturbator of Serbia.
Yeah,
No, but
he's
but like
damn right. And people judge, okay, first impressions are pretty much everything, okay, in my opinion. And, 90% of a first impression is your appearance. Let's get real.
exactly. Like the way I look at it is like the way anyone really looks at it
Mm.
is like if you have a crush on a certain somebody and you say that the certain somebody is like a 6 out of 10, but physically, just
Right,
first
sure,
impression,
okay.
like this person's a 6 out of 10, and later on, keyword later on, you get to meet the person, and then the mental aspect of it bumps her or him up to an 8. Do you
Right,
really
yeah,
think
yeah.
that 6 out of 10 is going to even give you the time of day
Mm.
if you're like a 4 or a 5, even if you have a lot of you know points on the mental side, on the intellect
No
side,
one
like
cares about.
it,
No one
even if people
cares.
care, even if people would care, they
Mm.
wouldn't give time. They would
That's
not
right.
allocate their free time
That's
to
right.
figure out if you're this extremely funny,
Funny,
extremely
creative,
passionate.
talented,
Exactly.
charismatic, whatever the fuck it is, okay?
Exactly. Even if you're all that,
If you
if
look like shit, okay, you don't even get your foot in the door.
yeah, you don't even need to look, Ryan Gosling. Why do we keep mentioning Ryan
I think
Gosling?
it's
Jeez.
Ryan Gosling. I feel like he's the hot guy of the
I'd
moment.
say, well, it was
To be
Piers
honest,
Brosnan.
like, I would say that Ryan Gosling, while he's an attractive man and no homo, I feel like, Chris Hemsworth, for example,
Oh
is
yeah,
was more
yeah,
attractive.
Yeah, sure. Is he the oh god damn it.
This is getting really gay.
No, 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 but like what movie was he in? Was he in the
He was in
Marvel
Thor. He
Guardian?
was Thor.
Was it Guardian? Oh no, it's not. It's not Guardians of the
No,
Galaxy.
that's Chris Pratt.
Oh,
Who's and Chris Pratt? His appeal is that he's like the guy next door. He's attainable. Okay,
exactly, exactly.
right.
Even that, like especially that, like the attainability of a certain person, not even in a sexual way,
Which
just
again, I think is why Jennifer Lawrence was partly why she was so popular because
sure,
she's not actually
sure,
that attractive. I mean,
sure.
by Hollywood standards. You know what I'm
Sure,
saying?
yeah, but the point is like when it comes to attraction, like you can't even be too high up, or else you're gonna alienate people because they'll think there's no way I can score with this person, or you're gonna get some retard or stalker, pedophile. Works both
Mm.
ways, even if you're a guy or a girl.
Well,
Well,
I
the
mean,
girl,
as a guy, it just means
yeah.
you like destroy like
You,
human life and shit.
you,
That's about it. Okay.
as a guy,
As a guy,
like
there's no real drawbacks, and as a woman, I mean, as a girl, the only real drawback is that some
the
people are
stalkers.
intimidated by you.
Yeah,
That's it,
well,
really.
guys are more intimidating themselves, to be honest. Yeah,
Mm.
but the thing is, the fact that you put in a little effort when it comes to your physical appearance, the fact that you even go as far as to say that physical appearance does not matter,
Yeah, it just
is
shows like a
it's
fucked up mentality, you know.
ludicrous. It's ludicrous. It's because, I may look
Living in a
like
fantasy
shit,
world. Yep.
but at least I'm smart and I can back it up. Just give me 10 minutes and I'll show you. I'll
Just
dazzle you with my
fucking
intellect.
go tip your fedora and smoke your vape somewhere else, mate.
Seriously,
Just
like personally, I don't think I'm, that attractive at all. But the point is,
no, you
you're
butt ugly, Ciganin. That's who you
okay,
is.
sure, yeah. Let's call things
Little
let's
ugly
call things the
Mane
way
is
they
your
are.
rapper name. Okay,
Sure, sure,
let's
but
get
like
real. I'm
even
memeing just for
no,
those
no,
of you
no,
who
no,
don't know.
no. Okay, sure, yeah.
He
I
looks like
think
a
that
poverty Drake. One day soon we'll release the pictures.
Muslim Drake that is not
Muslim
Muslim,
Drake. Yeah,
actually.
it's not too far off. Yeah,
Every every third Muslim looks like Drake. I mean,
it's kind of true. Like Drake
doesn't
looks a bit
narrow
like
it.
DJ Khaled, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a
Yeah,
resemblance there.
they did a
Actually.
few songs together, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, there's actually a new one like last month. I listened to it. It's pretty good.
By
It's
Khalid?
called yeah, DJ Khaled and then I mean it's Drake. Oh my God.
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, it literally
We the
starts like that.
best.
DJ Khaled, we the best.
DJ Khaled.
And has this sample that goes, "Would you fuck me for free?" And then DJ Khaled says another one, and then the beat comes in, and he's DJ Khaled, we the best. And then Drake says, "Oh, it goes on and on, and something like that." I don't know. But anyway, back to the point. Genetically, I'd say that everyone who has two legs and two arms, and they're
Is
not
fucking
suffering
healthy
from
or
some
is not a cripple or a gimp
yeah,
or whatever
yeah. There's
should take
no
care of
reason.
themselves, man.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
the bare minimum. It's like, basic hygiene. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like normal shit that you do as a human being.
I think the most the person we're talking about is not alone in this. There's a lot of people that reject the 21st century mentality, and like I understand where they're coming from. Really, I do. But that's just the world we live in. It's 2016. You have girls that are 15 years old. They're from, the school you go to, and they have like 20K, Instagram followers, and they're
Damn.
from a city that has like
Damn,
40K
man, what's going
actual
on? Like
living people.
guys are thirsty. Like
Literally, and she would enable them in a sort of way that, makes her look unattainable,
if
even though
anything, I
when
mean,
you
it's like they're enabling her. They are
uh,
inflating her
that as well.
value to be something ridiculous.
Yeah,
Whereas back in the day, even
back
15
in
years
the
ago,
day, eh?
she would not be worth that much as a.
I would go as far as to say it would be like the complete opposite,
Mhm.
you know. And the thing is, this is kind of true for Serbia because people like they just want the fame. They're surrounded by poverty, but at the same time they're surrounded by people that have immense riches, and they really just like, it's one or the other. You really can't go middle unless you have like some extreme set of skills that can kind of help you,
You know,
like actual
footy,
skill.
rapping, yeah, being a hoe, whatever it is, you know.
Even no, not actual skills. Those are not actual skills.
They're
Oh,
not
then
actual
again,
skills, then why do they get paid so
okay,
much?
okay, sure, they are. But I'm saying like some what's the word I'm looking for? Objective? It's not objective skills. Like I don't know,
I
like
mean, you
knowing how to
can't really get more
so
objective than, you
well.
know, being good at sports.
Uh, well, okay, yeah. Sports rapping, I think, has got a lot to do with like,
Image, branding, marketing,
especially. I mean, I know a
networking.
kid that went to the same year as me, and he has a video
Mm,
that has got like 3 million views. Serbian guy,
damn,
like,
that's insane.
and it's been out for like 5 days, like
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, but you
That's
can buy
actually
views as well. But
week
no, I mean, it's
too.
impressive, especially if it's
But
real.
like you don't even know where or when his part kicks in. Like he has no actual musical talent. I mean, I can't say no actual musical talent, but he's pretty low there. But he's got the face, he's got the abs, he's got the overall
Well,
image,
this, I
look.
mean, that's probably one of the most important things, to be honest. The look.
He has like kids aged like 12 through 35. Well, it's not kids, but then again, if you're
The
following
youngsters, we've got
that.
35-year-old old kids running up my
Thirsty
YouTube
ass
page.
kids.
Yeah,
Thirsty ass kids. Yeah,
they
you
got the
got the
thirst. But going
yeah.
back to the appearances thing, I mean, it's not even just for pussy. I mean, just for everything in life. You know, people are gonna judge you just with anything. I mean, if it's your job, if it's just walking around on the street. You know what I'm saying? Just from the way you look is just what it is. So
Yeah, and
abandoning that shit's retarded.
trying to dispute that the world works like this in 2016 and that you're better than that, you're different, and you're searching for the other,
Yeah,
special snowflakes that think the same. Sure, you'll find those people,
but they're
and
fucking
then
weirdos
no,
or
no, no, no.
idiots or
The
freak.
whole
That's my
point
opinion.
the whole point of being a special snowflake is that you're the only one. And once you find other people that think like you start to hate them too, because then you're part of you're conforming to the other people.
Yeah, you're
Not
conforming to the contrarian group.
so like you're not mainstream, and then you start you're contrarian, and then you see other people contrarian to the point where it becomes mainstream, and then you're like, you know what, fuck this, and then you might just stop caring altogether, which is the only what was it go like it's a pointless game. The only winning move is not to play or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
it's from what's it? War Games, the movie.
no idea. I never
It's
watched it.
crazy, crazy movie, right? Crazy movie. So they play like, so this guy sets off the nukes, or so he hacks into the U.S. nukes, and then everything kicks off, and then there's some like AI playing the whole nuke game, you know, in the Cold War and shit, and then at the end,
Cold War. Love
yeah,
that.
damn right, yeah.
Such an interesting period in history
Oh,
when it could
so
all.
interesting, bro.
Yeah, well, like it's the period in history where shit could go down for real, and like you live in constant fear of nuclear
That's fucking
war.
high stakes, bro.
It is, and the best part is you have as a citizen, even as a rich person, even as the dirt poor person, you have nothing to do with that. Like your fate is in other people's hands, and you just pray to fuck that someone doesn't drop a nuke. Because let's remember, 20 years, 25 years ago, people did drop nukes. Well, actually, 30 years ago. If we're looking at 80s, 30, 35
America
years
needs
ago.
to apologize. Apologize now. You hear that,
Where?
Barack Obama? You hear that, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton? I'm coming for you.
Okay, quick. Who's gonna win, Donald or Hillary?
Oh shit! I'm gonna go with Hillary.
Can't believe we broke one of the rules of the podcast.
No politics.
Sacred podcast. Wow. Vow number 4. Wow. 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 Don't do politics, kids. Yeah. Personally, I have no idea. I'm not following it at all. I don't even know who the people running were. I mean, obviously heard about the Donald Trump, the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. No way, that's the other guy from the Shark Tank. That's how his thing starts. The outspoken owner of the.
Mark Cuban, outspoken owner. Mark Cuban,
Uh,
outspoken.
I have no idea. Trump, Donald Trump. Sure, good guy. I know the song. That's
La
about it.
la 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 la. Yeah, good shit, man. Mac
Mac
Miller.
Miller fell off. Extreme fell off. Like he fell off a lot. God damn it.
Even then, as the only other successful white rapper,
White rapper. Who's there? Is Macklemore, but he's gay, so he doesn't count. There's
Macklemore is
G.
is a meme.
There's G-Eazy,
Oh,
who
G-Eazy. Actually, he's the third.
I've never heard of him up until like last year because some fuckboys in my class used to listen to him a lot.
He's a pop star basically, but I respect the whole white
Well,
rapper thing. I mean,
yeah,
in a way, I disrespect it because you're copying black culture. Okay, that's not
yeah,
your culture. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
On the other hand, you're facing a whole lot of adversity. The powers that be
yeah.
or
The
status
struggle is
quo
real.
is going to try and keep you down. You know what I'm saying? They don't accept that white rapper type shit.
Yeah, it's
So,
hard enough. It's hard enough becoming like it's hard enough being a black rapper,
mm,
let alone being a white rapper. Like being a black rapper, you're against the system. Being a white rapper, you're against the black people, sort of,
kind of
and the
are, man.
system.
Yeah, well, that's why G-Eazy went successful. He went the pop route, so he completely ignored the whole street cred type, that kind of bullshit. Who cares about street cred anyway? Like, it's record sales, Nick. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh,
Drake, number one. He's got the pop type vibes. Like he's bigger than ever, and he knows he's got his head in the game. His team, his whole team's fucking there, and they're killing it right now.
who else is killing it these days? Not the Ghostbusters movie. Apparently, it's shit.
I heard it was not as shit as people thought it would be.
Yeah, but
There was a
it
lot
was
of
pretty.
hate on the internet.
Yeah, it was a lot of hate when it was announced.
Do you think it's because it was women? I think it was because it was
I
women.
think it's because people that were fans of the
Yeah.
originals. Oh, original. The second one was not that good either, from what I
Even
know.
if they did a remake with men, I'm usually kind of like anti social justice bullshit. But if they made it with men, they probably wouldn't have kicked off as harshly. Do you think there was a lot of
Like
like, fuck women? Like, you know what I'm saying?
it's more like you've been waiting 30 years for this, and it's yeah. I don't know. Like to be honest, if you're trying to judge it just because there's four women, you got to remember there used to be four guys.
Mm.
It's kind of fair. It's kind of yeah. Like I'm not saying it makes a huge difference. It's a movie. It depends on how the humor is going to be done. But from what I've heard, the way they beat the final boss, the ghost that's from the actual Ghostbusters logo, is that they shoot him in the dick. That's
That could
it.
be funny. I mean, like dick jokes are
They
funny.
they charge up a laser in his dick. You don't even see like a phallically shaped
Yeah, but I mean, like
thing.
they shoot him in the dick area, the crotch
Yeah, like
region.
the crotch, the region. Yes,
Yeah, but
yes,
like
that's
if you
how
get
they
down
beat
to
him.
brass tacks, okay, like farts and dicks,
That's the funniest.
they're
That's,
funny. It's funny shit. Okay, it's
they
universally
work.
funny.
They work because they're so simple.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Like if someone does a good fart and they time it right, I'm gonna laugh. Like you know what I'm saying?
Uh
Call me
oh,
a retard, but it's just funny.
it is. It is. It is. It's kind of why air horns are so funny, like in a meme way. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's. It's just the way it is.
you know how the game
But
go.
but yeah, Ghostbusters movie. I'm not gonna see it because I personally I've only seen like snippets of the first movie, and I'm not the biggest authority, but I can see why
Mm.
people love the first one because you have
Did you ever
that dead.
watch it?
No, I just said I watched only like some
Clips.
scenes,
Yeah.
clips, snippets, whatever. I mean I might have caught it like 10 years ago on local TV, but that's about as far as I went. But I understand. I played the PS1 game. It was horrible, but play the PS1 game.
I wanted to
If
play the 360 PS3.
that one that's done is it like a Telltale game? Maybe it is done by Telltale. I'm not sure. Huh.
I think it
Interesting.
was kind of actiony, third person action,
Well, it might have been that as well. I
like
know which one.
kind of like a Ghostbusters Luigi's Mansion shit. You know,
Mm, I never really played Luigi's
neither
Mansion. I
did
never
I,
really
but
played
it's a
Nintendo.
good game. You know those GameCube first party games, like
Yeah,
they were all
that's
gonna
all
be
it
pretty sick.
has.
I never played them, but you just know they were sick.
Yeah. So what else do we have? Right up on the docket, virtual reality. Well, personally,
Hold on. Just before we roll on to the virtual reality, I want to shout out to our commenter,
it's one
our
guy.
first comment,
It's one.
who says one guy, and did he give his name or was
I
it
think
like
it says Ajax or something.
Ajax? Shout out to Ajax. Thanks for commenting. Comment was something along the lines of do something original.
And we
And
are, bitch. We're
well,
doing it.
it sounds like a criticism, okay?
But
And
it's good.
I know I'll
It's
give
good.
you that, okay? To be honest, I think there's a million other guys doing what we're doing,
Obviously.
but
Obviously.
then there's only one Ciganin and there's only one Jewan,
Yes. Yes, there
so
is.
that's the thing. But I have been thinking about maybe we should throw some other different color, different shades of shit
Shit got
at the
you
wall.
thinking. Shit got you
Shit
thinking.
got me thinking straight up.
Literally, Ajax, do something original. That's what it says. July 8th,
Damn right.
6:37. Like, why does this guy why is this guy giving us advice? How did he even get here? Is it someone
I
we know
suspect 4chan.
playing a
It seems
prank?
like a very 4chan esque comment. It's quite caustic.
I haven't even linked
It's
this.
quite a harsh criticism, if you ask me. It's like like, wow, you faggots like doing something, same played out shit, basic bitch, like, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, and to that I would say, fair point, but maybe I think we need some more memes.
Ah, god damn with the
Thing is,
memes
you got
again.
to be like naturally funny. That's the thing. And like
But
Siganin, there
I'm
was once
not.
upon a time when Siganin was naturally funny,
This was like 5 years
and
ago.
then what went wrong? Where did it all
My
go so wrong? You know,
my MTF transition didn't go as planned,
you got a
so
hormone imbalance now.
yeah, I didn't have
Shit's
enough
fucked up.
money to continue with the treatment. So if you guys would donate to my Patreon, like you just know that there's some transgender down the line, like 30, 40 episodes later, who's gonna be listening to episode 7 of Enjoy the Silence podcast, and he's loaded, and he's like this close to actually donating money on Patreon, and then he sees us making fun of an act, of an MTF transgender
Yeah.
person, who he identifies as. Can't say he is because
Oh
I
no
may
no.
know his name, but not his story. And he's not gonna donate, and we're gonna be cucked out of $100 or something dollars just because this one comment that I made in
Like,
episode
you
fucking
know what?
7.
Like, fuck him. Okay, nobody's listening, and I would rather just be myself
Christ.
than censor myself for an imaginary listenership.
Yeah, man. If
Once
I
there are listeners, I feel like I'd maybe start doing some more pandering.
yeah, obviously that's how you do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like if
How
it's like
else?
children, I'll be like, hey bros, it's Pewdie. Like you know what I'm saying?
I think I should cut this part and make it the intro for this episode. It would be pretty good for the people that stick to how long are we doing this episode for? 45
445.
minutes. Yeah,
No, we had like
yeah, sure,
2 or 3
sure.
minutes of preamble.
42 minutes. And like
Yeah.
this is the intro. You going, and then like someone listens to this 40 minutes later. He's like, there it is. That's where it's from. There he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
That could
like
work. We'll check that out.
that's
That's
good.
an option
That's pretty
going
good.
forward. But yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I see no reason to censor myself right now. And to be honest, I'm gonna be as
yeah. How
honest
original?
as
How
anything.
original can we get if we censor ourselves? Like
Exactly, you're just gonna be the same as everyone else. The
exactly.
whole idea is that you start out kind of original, raw, uncensored, blah blah blah, and then you start filtering. When you start finding success and you start pandering and toning it down.
Yeah, you
You
start
know,
looking at the profile pictures of people on Patreon that donated money to you, and you're like, oh, this guy's black. Well, that means black people jokes are going out the window. Oh, this guy doesn't really look like a girl. oh, actually, this is a guy.
It's a guy.
And then you're like, well, no more transsexual jokes.
You go full Tumblr on that shit. And if
Yeah.
that's our audience, then that's our audience. Who cares?
And then there's a guy in a wheelchair, and you're like, well, there goes that Hot Wheels joke I've been saving up
Oh dear,
for like the
Professor
last.
X. No more mentioning of
that
that kind of
that
shit.
Charles Xavier Hot Wheels joke I've been saving for 7 episodes now. Like, that crazy.
You can no longer say, hold on a minute. How often am I supposed to change my gender fluid?
Same as your car fluid, give or take a few days. Depends on which car you drive. Not every car is the same.
I heard this one joke on another podcast. No,
God
different,
damn
not
it.
the gender fluid joke. It was another joke about, and I think it's quite a common joke.
Is it?
So this woman goes to the doctor, right, and she goes, oh, my husband's been, really beating the shit out of me every night. Every time he comes back, starts getting really pissed off from work, and he just starts wailing on me, and I don't know what to do. And so the doctor says to her, what you do, right? Okay, when your husband comes back from work, you if you start feeling him to get angry, if he starts getting angry, you want to sip some water, yeah, put it in your mouth and just swish it around. Don't swallow it, just swish it around, gargle it, do whatever, and until he calms down. And I promise you, this is gonna work. So the woman goes away, and in 2 weeks' time, she comes back to the doctor and says, "Doctor, I can't believe it. I don't understand what happened, but it worked. He's every time he comes back, and if I start sensing that he's getting pissed off or whatever, I just put the water in my mouth, I swish it around, gargle it, whatever, until he falls asleep, and everything's been going so much better now. And I can't thank you enough." So the doctor says to her, "Yeah, you see what happens when you keep your mouth shut."
The Misogyny Podcast out now on iTunes. I wonder if there's a podcast named the Misogyny Podcast. Let's see.
I think it wouldn't go too well. It'd be it's kind of like being called a racist cast.
Yeah, you already alienate like half your listenership. Like, it's not good, and it's still 0 divided by 2 is not that bad. But once you start getting more than like 3 people listening, you really can't do that to your fans. Yeah. No, you just can't. Oh, there's no Misogyny Podcast, so just check that out.
Well, that's okay. That's all right then. But then I'm sure if you search like red pill or like men's rights,
there is some podcast. There's actually a Reddit post. There's actually 3 Reddit posts.
There you go.
Asking which red pill podcast. Lots of blogs. Who can I listen in on? What are some red pill podcasts?
Have you heard of the red pill?
I haven't watched the Matrix movie, but it's like actually, explain it to me. I don't want to. It's like men taking things into their own hands.
That's sort of the men going their own way. MGTOW, which is kind of related but not the same as the red pill.
You've done
the red
research.
pill comes from obviously the Matrix.
I know that.
And what happens is, Morpheus, who is Lawrence Fishburne, says,
"Oh God, damn it! Not Lawrence Fishburne again. I'm having PTSD from the second episode with the kitty diddling."
Go back to the second episode. You can either take the blue pill. So Neo he's like a regular office guy or whatever.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Morpheus is like
the big black guy.
Come join us, Neo, in the revolutionary blah blah blah. Wake up from the Matrix. So the idea is you take the blue pill, and you go back to the Matrix. Neo goes back to his office life, does whatever. Or you take the red pill, and you awaken from the Matrix, and
that's kind of Fight Club-ish.
Life will never be the same again type vibe. You know what I mean? Blue pill, you forget everything. Red pill, and you are aware, and you can't change it back, kind of shit. And the way it's used in that kind of men's rights or whatever kind of context is sort of like anti-feminism, if you.
It is. Let's just call it that way.
Because that's what it is. It's slightly misogynistic, but also it's kind of like I would
Defensive?
say no. Well, it's offensive to some, but it's kind of like saying, women like do these things. This is reality. Accept it. Now,
Now what do
here are
we
some
do?
strategies to cope,
Yeah. Yeah.
or here is what you're supposed to do. Here is how you're supposed to be a man. Kind of shit is how some people might call it. How I would probably call it, to be honest. Yeah, that's how it is. And I mean, you call it misogynistic, but then feminism is anti like male. So whatever. Like fuck it.
No, that apparently that wasn't the idea back in the day,
What was the
but
idea back in the day?
the idea was, well, what it says, equality, and to get equality, you need to go, well, not full anarchy, but like you need to let people know that you're a woman. You need to show off your power, your power level. You need to band
Well,
together.
that's might would have been originally, but now it's just sort of an excuse for women to like get
For
power.
saying shit
Is
on
my
Twitter.
opinion. You know what I mean? Saying shit on Twitter, saying
That's an
shit on
excuse.
Tumblr, saying you can't do this, you can't say that because it hurts my feelings. Now, more and more in 2016, we are getting situations where people have figured out that if you complain about shit, if you act offended about shit,
You get shit for
you get
free.
power. Yeah, you get shit for free. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop
God
this shit.
damn it.
And this is why Donald Trump, for example, is so popular right now because he doesn't give a fuck. He just says shit, and I think he's a
Kanye
cunt. I think
too,
he's an
to an
asshole.
extent.
Kanye is mentally like he's unstable, whereas
Hey,
Donald Trump he's
he's
kind of half
calculated.
there.
He's
You know,
calculated.
he's calculating in a way, as is Kanye, but I feel like Kanye's kind of gone off the deep end.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
I'm looking at the red pill Ask TRP, which is like you post the question, you get your bros to tell you what's up, and these are the titles. My girlfriend is furious at me. How can I red pill this? That sounds okay. Should I tell my parents about my vasectomy? Ooh. What are women most afraid of? Here's a guy who wants to have a
What are
play.
the replies like? To pick one and check the replies.
Vasectomy. Okay, that's the
Well,
intro.
no, vasectomy is that's less of a thing. I'm thinking more in
Uh,
terms of the interactions between man and woman. You know.
don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Getting a vasectomy is meant to protect you from sperm jackers and oops, kids, there's no real benefit in telling anyone you've done it, and it's your business. Uh.
I wouldn't agree with that, to be honest, because
Okay.
if you got like a girl you trust and you want to come inside, then what's the big deal? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's the big idea?
It
Hey.
means you get to do it,
This one's good.
go raw dog every time. It's fine.
I do not sexually desire Western women, but I'm tired of being nice. No more, Mr. Nice Guy.
So what's his deal? Is he trying to go for that Asian pussy? The typical
He's
strategy of
First,
the
a
beta
little
male.
about myself. Long-time lurker, I grew up poor. Oh, there we go. But believed we were middle class. Oh God! It wasn't until I got to college that I realized I was conditioned to be pity,
Picky or pitied? What?
picky. It's picky. It's picky. And beta enough to think that relationships are worth more than hookups. I alti-ard. Don't know what
As
alt.
long-term relationship. It's
Ah.
sad that I know what these mean.
God damn. I always LTR'd women who were always richer than me. I got a good career. I do great for myself. The problem is I was blind to reality. Literally, what it says.
So he took the red pill, and now at
And now
last he
he's here
truly
begging
sees.
for help on Ask for Red Pill. He took it and now he's asking it, what do I do? That's like completely against the whole ethos of the Red Pill
He's
itself.
still learning. He's still learning the ropes or whatever the fuck.
Oh
I get what
God.
you're saying. Like, yeah,
Um,
now I'm fucking clueless. Help me out, bros.
Like I did it. Now what? It's like the nightmare goggles. I'm gonna put these nightmare goggles on. Everything looks exactly the same.
Good meme.
What is it? What is it? What is it? If they aren't throwing panties at you to turn them down, you aren't being picky. Your ego is nurturing you to protect itself. Your problem isn't women, it's inflated narcissism you have towards yourself. It reeks of insecurity, and you should work on that before you start looking for unicorns. That's a lot of shit. What else do we have?
What's your opinion on this? Does it sound bollocks to you? What's the deal here?
It's like I'm a big fan of Fight Club. Let's just get that out of the way. But even I know that the Act 2 and Act 3 of Fight Club are bullshit. Like up until to the point where they start recruiting people, like that's bullshit. But I am okay with with people having a catharsis of some sort of going, okay, now I see perfectly. Yeah, going that way. That's okay, and I think that genuinely these things happen, and these things can help you unlock your true selves. And sometimes radical change is needed. But the fact that this radical change comes from like outside, I mean, okay, it's always
That it
going to come
comes
from
from
outside.
Reddit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the fact that it's coming from an online website where people post their opinions on things, and just because it to some degree it correlates with what you think and what you believe in, and it is what you feel at
It's a bit
the
like a religion or something.
yeah, just because you're feeling it at the moment doesn't mean it's objective truth. Just
Mm.
because it's like religion. People flock to religion when they're in some kind of deep shit. You're dying or something. You're like, okay, religion. You don't go to religion. When you're neck deep in pussy and having the time of your life. That's not when you think about religion. But
Damn right.
I'm dying and now praise Jesus. I hope that he forgives me. Like it's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
the same thing here. Like if you were having a good time when it comes to life, really in general, you wouldn't bother yourself with looking what the red pill
But
forum
then you see
is
the
doing.
thing about the red pill, right? Okay, and this is gonna make me sound like some red pill cultist weirdo fuck, but the idea is that these guys who are knee deep in pussy is they are following the red pill mentality, the practices
Oh, by default.
exactly by
So
default,
they don't need it.
unconsciously. Exactly. And
Uh,
the
they're
idea of
not
the red pill
seeking
is for
it.
those of you who are not doing it already, who are not knee
Uh,
deep in pussy, to
uh.
follow these, this mindset, or whatever it is, this
You're
lifestyle.
right. You sound like a red pill cultist. Well, it's the only way it can sound when you say it like this. But
To me,
okay,
I
sure.
think there's something to it. That's my honest opinion.
Obviously, it wouldn't be as popular as it is if there wasn't a degree of truth to it.
But it does attract a lot of like all women are whores and fuck them. like
There's a Drake line that goes, "I hate calling the women bitches, but the bitches love it." I
Yeah,
think
no,
that's
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 that's the
kind of
truth.
gay, but kind of true as well. I mean, it's true. It's kind of true, but gay. He probably didn't write that either. That's just
Here's
his
one
red pill.
that's relevant
Yeah.
to a mutual friend of ours. I have severe one-itis. Eh?
Do you know what one-itis is? I know this, and it's sad that I know this.
It's solipsism, thinking that the
No,
world.
it's like
Oh,
you're
oh,
obsessed with this one girl,
I
and you
thought that.
can't get over it, and no other girls exist, and everything's
Uh,
about this one chick. Whether you're banging her or whether you're not, you're just obsessed, right?
God damn. Uh. If our friend here he's a big fan of the Gone Girl movie. Have you
Oh,
watched Gone Girl?
no, it sounds really cool, but I kind of know what happens. I've already
It's
read it in Wikipedia and
it's
shit.
done by the is it David Lynch or Finch? I can't
David
remember.
Fincher, or I think it's Fincher probably, and
I don't
like it's Ben
I don't
Affleck
really, but
and this one bitch like
Ben Shaftleck,
lied
yes,
basically, and
It's a little
yeah,
bit different than that, but it even
she like, oh, I got kidnapped. No, Teehee, actually it was me
it was
kidnapping
a
myself.
meme.
Like,
It was all a meme.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's how we go. That's how we go. I mean, that sounds like a kind of red pill type movie, to be honest.
Anyway, where was I? Yeah, our mutual friend likes Gone Girl, the movie, because it kind of speaks strongly to him about the whole idea of women and being fixated on this one person to the point where you start disregarding even yourself,
Mm.
you know? And that's kind of what one-itis is from what I can see. But anyway, this guy says, in his own words, this Reddit guy that I'm reading the post up, he says, I'm a fat schlub. Schlub.
Okay, he's a
Schlub.
schlub.
Never,
Yeah,
never heard of that. With no life. Trying to change things around, but facing obstacles.
I'd
Advice.
say Tree Man, our mutual friend, is a bit of a schlub.
Not as fat
I
as he
wouldn't
could.
call him fat, but he's a
No.
schlub. A schlub is,
Schlub.
like a,
Uh,
Joe Schmo fucking loser fuck who's going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And he's a
Hey,
schlub, yeah.
hey.
He's
So
no offense to Tree Man if you're listening,
this is
but
a
you're a
pretty
schlub,
long
and I hate you.
post.
You're a
This
cunt.
is a this is a pretty long post, and there's something about a gym membership as well, from what I
Uh,
can see.
he's hitting the
Uh,
gym.
no, I don't know what this guy's doing, but anyway,
Okay.
let's read it. As the title states, it's severe. Maladaptive daydreaming. Maladaptive daydreaming. Never heard of that.
All right.
Okay.
So like, it's unhealthy daydreaming or something.
I love the fact that I'm going to you for the definition of these red pill terms. But anyway, when my
Maladaptive is not a red pill term.
yeah, it's just the guy like
Yeah.
inventing words to sound smart
Yeah, he's a
on
cunt.
the
He's a bit of
red
a
pill.
prick, this guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway, he says that he defines it. The actual sentence later. When my mind wanders, it leads to her or other women that have rejected me, particularly a certain girl I never interacted with. Sometimes I'd imagine she's laying on my bed. Oh, that's pretty much what Gun Girl starts like, the movie. Huh.
okay.
Or when masturbating, she's laying next to me or actually doing it. I don't know why he's adding the quotation marks
So
there, but
he's
okay.
jacking off
He's
to this
he's
one
jacking off pretty
chick.
hard, let's be
He
honest.
sounds like a fucking schlub,
And
if
it
you ask
gets
me.
here's what he admits. It's gone
Oh yeah,
on a
yeah.
fucking back. It gets worse to where I'm having fake conversations with her as well. That
Jesus
means
Christ.
it's like, what was it called, a tulpa, where you have your
Tulpas, like that's being fully insane, if you ask me.
that's pretty
That's
crazy.
We're not
Yes.
gonna go into tulpas right now. That's a topic for another episode.
It's basically having a real life waifu that's not
It's
real.
an imaginary friend.
It's like an imaginary everything, lover, friend.
It's
I don't
so
even like.
insane.
I don't even have the words to explain it. Anyway, he says it's toxic. No matter how hard I try, I cannot stop it. I think if I had a woman reading this, wouldn't be a problem. What was he? I think if I had a woman, this wouldn't be a problem. Oh, I think if I had a woman, this wouldn't be a problem. Girls would scoff at me and then go run off to the alpha douchebag that shit. So this is what this is. Red pill fedora cast.
Oh
This
my
just
goodness! I think this is too pathetic, and we just have
see
to like.
see
cut it out.
you know what, this is why you should work out. This is why you should work out to
Mm.
even to an ironic degree. You should be the alpha douchebag you despise just to see how it feels.
Damn
And
right to not be like this fat fucking schlub who's
yeah.
like asking for advice on a misogynist subreddit. I mean, really, dude, how low can you get?
No, but like if you really think, and obviously the lazy people will go, I don't want to be the alpha douchebag that shit talks girls. I'm the complete polar opposite. What? Like that's the whole
Mm,
thing I don't want to be. But you can't really judge unless you're that guy, and you can be the alpha douchebag if you just paid attention to the way you talk,
that's
paid
right.
attention
On
to
some
the way you
level, you
talk,
can always
pay
be
attention
that
to
guy.
yeah,
Of course, like to
exactly.
talk about these
Unless you're a
kinds of
cripple,
opinions would
unless
be
you're a cripple, like,
unless you're a cripple or a gimp or a tard or a tranny or
yeah.
no, it just there's not. Okay, but even
Okay.
yeah. But I'm saying like these opinions should not be expressed in front of women. Obviously, I think this could be a corner, the Ask TRP corner. I mean, it's kind of like slightly comedic. I suggest we throw this at the wall next episode and see if it sticks. That's my opinion. And on that note, to be honest, we've coming up to an hour now. So
Isn't enough for this episode?
that
Do you
actually
think
takes us
so?
to the end of the Enjoy the Silence episode
Does it
7.
now?
So
Does it?
for
It's been
me,
an hour.
Jewan,
And we're gonna continue this, to be continued.
well,
Might actually
that's a good
bookmark
thought.
this.
Good
Might
thought. All right.
bookmark this severe one-itis guy. See what the people tell him. He's got 20 comments already, but
See if they
yeah.
get any more. So from me, Jewan, it's a peace out.
And for me, Ciganin, it's been nice. It's July 11th. It's 10:30 here, 9:30 at Ewan's place at the Ewan crib. Yeah, I think we can upload this today.
Good shit. All right.
Hey, look, baby girl, you're so damn fine though. I'm trying to know if I can hit it from behind though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine though. And when it's over, I press rewind.